There are always going to be easy times in our lives and challenging times in our lives. And that goes for the whole world as well. And in general, right now, we have a more challenging time. But that does not mean that you cannot really enjoy your life, because this has never changed in human history, and it never will. It will always be the same. And we may evolve to have easier lives in general, but really people need to go back to a more simple way, and when they do that, it's not going to be that much different than 100 or 1,000 years ago. It will be, but in any case, the point is that what we need to do is just focus on enjoying our lives. Don't put off enjoyment just because of some event in the world that you're worried about or something like that. Don't put off enjoyment just because you're needing to do a lot of cleansing. I told you in my videos about how much cleansing and healing I've done in my life to be able to achieve this relatively decent natural diet and lifestyle. But even during the worst of times for me, I was still able to find periods of joy and enjoyment. Doing something, bicycling or walking, all you have to do is look back into my videos. All of the years that I've done YouTube videos, 18 years now, it's never changed that I wasn't in a pretty strong period of cleansing and detox. That is serious, you know what I mean. Most people, they'll be like, oh, I'm going to do a 2-week cleanse. I've done a 35-year cleanse. And you know, if you don't believe that, all you have to do is look at how some people in this world have serious lives, like for instance yogis that live in caves in the Himalayas, right? They'll go for periods of time for like years, like a couple of years or at least several months, right, where they're living in a cave on a handful of barley a day, something like that, I've heard. And if you look at some of the monks today that do some of these things, like walk for days from Texas to Washington, D.C., as an example, a recent example. I mean, for a long time, many of them were walking in bare feet. You know, don't ask me why people do crazy things like this, you know. I'm not into doing anything too extreme crazy like that. But I think that eventually, over time, and this is not crazy, that I may achieve a legitimate vegan diet, which means that I'm getting all of my nutrients from all of the foods that I eat. I'm not taking any unnatural supplements like B12. I'm totally getting it naturally, and I don't have to eat any animal foods. Whether I do that or not, I'm not worried about it. I'll know without tests. I won't have to do any tests. I'll just know, and you'll be able to look at me also, and you'll be like, yeah, he looks relatively healthy. He doesn't look like he's deficient, blah, blah, blah. And so, like, that's how natural healing is. And I'm not saying that medical tests can't be beneficial for some people under certain circumstances. But in any case, I started out this video talking about how you should just enjoy your life no matter what. And I got a little bit out on a limb talking about diet and such and cleansing, but that's how cleansing and healing is, you know, whether it be making a video or whether it be, you know, doing your daily activities. You want to always come back to the trunk, okay? The center, the ultimate center. And many cultures around the world do this. They pray multiple times a day, Okay, you can call it prayer or meditation or centering. You can call it whatever, anything that you want to. But if you just take some time every day and sit peacefully and breathe, you'll have to breathe. And just sit peacefully and relax. And if you do that, then you are connecting with God, whether you're thinking about it or not. See, it's probably better to not think about anything if you really want to connect with God, because that gets you connected with what it is. It's so quiet and peaceful and centered and grounded that if you just do that, then you are one with it. Okay, and so I'm going to do it. You know, the Muslims do it like 5 times a day. The Jewish people do it like 3 times a day. And how long? I don't know. Where? I don't know. In nature is probably the best, if you ask me. But in any case, I want to thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, if you just incrementally work towards that center place, then you're getting there in this life. And all of the extra things are like spices in your food, and they're all to be enjoyed. But anyways, thank you so much for joining me. Be well.